All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Monday. Hope you're all doing well today, starting of the week. Looking forward to another good week here in the Rock Cave. What are we talking about today? Well, as I said, sometimes there's just anniversaries that come by that you gotta do a show on, even if we've covered them already. And as you can tell, since we're in the Pink Floyd corner over here, we're going to cover Pink Floyd today. Shocking to some of you, I know. But it's been a while since we've covered Pink Floyd, I think. Maybe. We'll see, maybe. But all over my news feed this last few days is the 45th anniversary of the album Animals. My favorite Pink Floyd album by far. I played this thing to death, but I was a latecomer to this album. Released in the UK January 23rd, 1977, in the United States February 2nd, 1977. This album, not a radio-friendly album, no singles. This was tough as far as that's concerned, but it clocks in at 41 minutes, 41 seconds. There's 5 songs on here. 2 of them are less than 2 minutes long, so really, there's 3 songs on here. So you got about 38 minutes of 3 songs, but really those 3 songs and the whole thing is just one long song in the style of progressive rock. You really have to listen to this record from beginning to end to even remotely try to understand it. Just to catch up with Pink Floyd, remember they were a psychedelic band and progressive rock, and they basically in 1973 when they put out Dark Side of the Moon, that just put them into a whole different atmosphere, and that was just unexpected for them. And then they put out Wish You Were Here, which was a disappointment sales-wise of only 20 million copies. And I say that kiddingly, of course. But, that's where things, they started with the idea of having, songs that were titled the same or like connected to each other. And this one rolled right into there. This one, the first one that Roger Waters really felt like he wrote the whole thing. And so in that regard, some of the other band members call this their least favorite album, depending on who you're looking at. The story of the album is basically this. I mean, they are delving into social, political anger of the late 70s in the UK. So that's where this all came from. Basically, your animals are pigs, dogs, and sheep. Pigs are the aristocrats, dogs are the military, and sheep are the working class. That's what you really need to know. The 2 songs that are about a minute and a half long are important because this album starts off with the phrase, "If you didn't care what happens to me, and I didn't care for you." I mean, that's just, how do you start off an album like that and have someone be like, yeah, I want to listen to this record. But this is just some really good music here. It's just really dark. And so I think even the Rolling Stone review called it feckless. I have that review somewhere. And boy, they were just, they were brutal when they reviewed this record, just saying that it was just bringing you down into the abyss. And there's some truth there, but you got the song Pigs, which is, the song Pigs is just this awesome song and performed live over the last years, depending on your political leanings. It's just amazing how it held up since 1977, but there is a video of that in Mexico in front of like 300,000 people, and it's just insane. And this is Pigs is kind of a giant FU to the to capitalism and the aristocrats and all that stuff. So if you're not a fan of Roger Waters and his politics, I can see why you might be turned off by this as well. But musically, Pink Floyd wise, this is some really good stuff here, and in particular the song Dogs, 17 minutes long. This is David Gilmour at his best, anywhere, any place, anytime, slightly edging out the song Sorrow from Momentary Lapse of Reason. But this song Dogs, his voice, his guitar, it's just amazing. So if you're listening to one song today, you're listening to Dogs, but really you need to listen to this whole thing. But what I read someone wrote about Dogs is it's the sonic lightning storm of string bending harmonic wails juxtaposed against reverberating echo sounding like the hounds of hell. I mean, sign me up, right? That's some good stuff right there. you know, this is just, you really have to be dedicated to listen to this record. I know it, I get it. The only other piece of this is to remember is the pig, a giant inflatable pig, December 3rd, 1976. His name was Algie, Algie. They had this massive inflatable pig to fly over Battersea Power Station, the Battersea Power Station. The first time I ever saw that, I just totally freaked because I didn't recognize it, and I just couldn't believe it. But anyway, they were going to fly this pig over this, and it was bad weather, so they had a marksman that was there that was going to shoot it down afterwards in case it got away. And the bad weather canceled it. Came back the next day, the marksman didn't think he was needed, so he didn't show up. Weather was still not great, but they launched the pig anyway, and it got loose, and there was no marksman to shoot it down. So it got away, and Algie took a little fly, and they eventually found him in a farmer's field somewhere. And then they used that pig through their tours, and Roger Waters still uses a pig, inflatable pig, for all that. That's his signature move. So I'm not going to spend too much more time talking about this. We're almost at 7 minutes, but the good news is the album ends with the same song, except different lyrics, and it says, "You know that I care what happens to you, and I know that you care for me too." So there is light at the end of this tunnel. What do I have? Oh, I forgot. What do I have? The original ad in Rolling Stone magazine for Animals here. So yes, this is one of my favorite albums of all time. I play this thing all the time. And so I'm tasking somebody with the assignment with 41 minutes and 41 seconds on their schedule today to listen to this whole thing front to back, preferably turned up so you can actually hear these guitars and the sounds of animals and the echoes and everything, and tell me what you think. Anyone going to take this challenge? So that's what we're doing. We're starting the week off with Pink Floyd, Animals. Oh, the last thing is, they're still fighting. David Gilmour, Roger Waters, they're fighting over the 40th anniversary of this. So 5 years in, they're trying to release a like perfected, remastered box set version of this. And they have it all done. It's all sonically done and everything. And then Roger Waters wanted to include some interpretation of the lyrics in there. And the word is that David Gilmour doesn't want to do that, and they're still fighting. So if you guys could just stop fighting and get over it and just put that out for all us fans out there, that would be great. All right, that's our assignment for today. Pink Floyd, Animals. Enjoy it, whatever you're doing today. I hope there's music involved, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.